Hi everybody, welcome into this week's edition of the Coach O Show. My name is Ryan Beckman, along with Wildcat head football coach Chris Ostrowski. Coming up on this week's show, we take a look back at the down-to-the-wire game against Michigan Tech. We'll take a look at highlights from that game. We'll talk with offensive lineman Kyle Stuke and look ahead to Saturday's game against Saginaw Valley State at the Superior Dome. But Coach, let's get into it and talk about Saturday's game against Michigan Tech. And one of those games right down to the wire, one of those that probably sting a little more than some others.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you, absolutely. Heartbreaking, there's no question about it. And when you kind of reanalyze and go through your mind and talk about some of the things that you might have, could have, would have done, but you find some comfort that it was really a well-played college football game. You know, I think we've come a long way. They're a top-ranked team in America, and it's pretty close down to the wire. So I think we could have won that game, you know, my hats are off to them and all that stuff, and when you move forward.
How have you seen the team respond in practice since Saturday?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, around our place, in our locker room, we talk about this being a football family, and there's good days and bad days. And we're not a big, you know, we lost the game because we don't do that stuff. So just like when a family has a bad day, you move on the next day. And I think we've done that. We understand the task at hand. It's about the preparation for Saginaw. And if we would have won the game at the end with a big kick or whatever it was, you still would have to move on and get ready for week 5, right? Week 5. Sure. So our kids have rebounded. They're resilient. They're doing great. We had great practice, and we're off and running.
Well, you mentioned how good of a game it was from even a spectator standpoint, but you look at the stats, and everything was pretty much even all across the board.
Yeah. You know, I guess the stat sheet it was clearly. You know, neck and neck the whole way. Yeah, it was a good football game. There's no question. It was physical. It was well played. I'm proud of our guys. I really am. We competed and we stood toe to toe, and in the end, you know, it didn't go our way.
But the wide receivers, once again, both Keandre Craig and Marcus Tucker coming with some big plays, 9 receptions for Keandre, 8 for Marcus Tucker, both over 100 yards receiving.
Yeah, you know, I think we talk about this every week, right? Offense is about rhythm, it's about tempo, and it's about 11 guys executing together. We had great protection up front. Shea Brown delivered, expedited the ball properly, and those guys caught the ball, made big plays all night long. So yeah, I'm proud of both those guys. I'm really proud of the whole receiving core. I think it's a heck of a group that's doing a great job.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we'll talk more about that when we get into the highlight portion of the show as well. But we'll take our first break here on the Coach O Show. When we come back, we'll talk with senior offensive lineman captain Kyle Stuke. That's when we come back right here on the Coach O Show.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
Welcome back to the Coach O Show. Our guest this week, senior offensive lineman for the Wildcats, Kyle Stuke. And Kyle, nice to have you on the program. Let's talk first of all about Saturday's game at Michigan Tech. And from your standpoint, let's just get your thoughts on Saturday night's game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. Well fought by both teams. You know, we had a couple plays go our way. They had a couple plays go their way. We had a lot of fans there. It was a fun atmosphere. I mean, it's a rivalry game. Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, game's always going to be good, and just a couple plays didn't go our way.
Time to turn the page and get set for Saginaw Valley coming up on Saturday. And let's talk about you this year for the Wildcats on that offensive line, and kind of been at some new positions this year on that offensive line. Talk to us about that if you would.
Yeah, started the year off at guard, and then got bumped out to tackle. So. A little bit of a change, but I mean, nothing really serious and nothing major. It's just another thing to work at and continue to get better at.
After being the center for so many years, how much of a change or challenge was it for you to slide over?
I didn't think it was going to be as big of a challenge as it was, but you know, Coach Boss is a great coach and really helps me figure out what needs to happen there. And we got a real good center right now, Vinny Propson, doing a really good job, and he's holding it down for sure.
Talk a bit about the rest of the offensive line. You guys have been doing a pretty good job this season protecting Shea and also helping out with the run game. What have you seen from the offensive line this year?
I mean, I would have to say just constant growth. I think we're constantly getting better, constantly working to try and be the best offensive line we can be. We keep gelling more and more every single week, and hopefully that's just going to continue on.
We mentioned Coach Boss, Rob Boss there on the offensive line. What has he taught you in your time here? What have you learned from him? What's the big thing that you're going to take away when you leave here from Northern Michigan?
Man, I mean, everything. Our coaching staff teaches us everything on the field, from life stuff. I think the biggest thing is, from football-wise anyway, is just learning how to pass block. I mean, in high school, you don't really learn how to pass protect, and you get to college and it's like, oh baby, we got some work to do. But football-wise, I'm gonna take that, and then we kind of have a saying, be a man in our football team, and I think that's just another big thing that I'm taking away from all of our coaches, is just how to handle life and be a man.
You're team captain this year as a senior. What does it mean to you to be voted by your teammates to be a captain for this 2015 team?
Oh man, I can't even describe the feeling. Like you said, the team, the guys, they all vote, and whoever they vote for is who the captain is, and it's just a big honor, and the feeling is unreal, knowing that many guys have confidence in you and have faith in you, and got your back.
All right, Kyle, we appreciate it. Best of luck this week and the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. Offensive lineman Kyle Stuke joined us here on the Coach O Show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at highlights from the Wildcats against the Michigan Tech Huskies. That's when we come back right here on the Coach O Show. Back here on the Coach O Show, time now to take a look at highlights from the Wildcats against the Michigan Tech Huskies. And Coach, as we always do, we'll start on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great night, a great atmosphere. It was college football. I mean, it was all that a rivalry game should be, and it was an exciting event to be part of, if you will. Both universities should be proud of the show that their student athletes put on. So as we get going here and we look at some offensive clips, you know, we'll kind of just buzz some things. The bottom line is you get the ball to the perimeter to one of your guys, you got to make sure you're doing that. And Marcus does just a tremendous job making some people miss, beating some people with speed, and we're in the end zone. And you know, I think the big part here is obviously as you look at this thing and you see Paris Woods, number 28 there, and you know, Paris, a funny story. He's a Wildcat legacy. His father was one of the great players here, went on to play in the NFL, and Paris wears his number, which is really cool. And he does a great job on the perimeter, getting a block, understanding the scheme, and then Marcus does the rest, and we're able to just out-run people, and just a heck of a moment for us at the end of the half to get down and make it a 10-7 game. Good score for us, important score. I'm not going to say that this is the back view and all that stuff. We say it every week, but obviously this is the teaching view, and
sure.
we take it from there.
Yeah, and that touchdown right there, coming off what was a good defensive stand as well, kind of changed the momentum for a little bit, and eventually got you guys in the lead.
No question. Now we get ourselves an opportunity here at the end of the half, and when you're in this kind of game, it's a chess match, and you're battling, you're understanding how to go about moving pieces, if you will. So we come out and get a 3-and-out stop on the first drive of the third quarter, and then drive the ball down to the 3-4 yard line, and then we're able to go play action pass here, and Shea does a heck of a job, and our offensive line does a heck of a job pushing the protection a little bit and finds a little space, and Keandre scores a touchdown. You know, I'm proud of him, man. Number 3 is going to be a player in this league. He's raw, but he's big and he's strong, and every day you can see him getting better in his role, and it's going to be an exciting 3 years, I mean 2.5 years for Keandre in our offense, and that was a big touchdown for us, and that put us up in the score.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks for Keandre, over 100 yards receiving, first touchdown, and that touchdown set up by a 64-yard reception by Keandre as well.
Absolutely. And hopefully it'll be many of those as we go along over the next, I don't know, 30 games he's going to play in here. As we finish these offensive clips and we get a handle, this is the way we one of the first drives, I believe first or second down, and we talk about it when you're a running back. And you're a real good one, you got to be physical. You got to have a good approach to what you're trying to do, and then you got to make somebody miss. And that's what all the great ones do. And Aaron Harris just continues to grow in the offense, and this was a heck of a job here, understanding, and we just simply make the linebacker miss, and we get around and bang, and you have what could have been a gain of 1.5 yards turn into a gain of 30. So he's a special player and a good kid to be around, and he's another kid. It's only a sophomore.
Sure.
He's going to continue to grow in the program. Excited to play college football, excited to be a Wildcat. I'm excited for him.
Not in the highlights there, but back at the running game was Terrence Dye. Got him back this week. Talk a bit about what Terrence Dye is going to bring to the program.
Well, Terrence Dye brings a level of physicality that we need. He's a leader. He's been a heck of a football player in this program for 4 years, and he's going to have a great senior season. We're excited to have him back, healthy, fresh legs, ready to go, and he's going to be a heck of a contributor, so we're happy to have Terrence back.
Yeah, and final game of the 2014 season had a 4-touchdown game, so he's definitely capable of,
there's no question.
of some big things.
There's no question. He brings he's the package because he's physical enough to get through it, and he's physical enough, and he's fast enough to run by you. So Terrence is we're expecting him to contribute big time.
All right, we'll take a break on the Coach O Show. Defensive highlights when we come back.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
Continuing on the Coach O Show, continuing to look at highlights from the Wildcats and the Michigan Tech Huskies. Time now to take a look at the defensive highlights and some big plays defensively for the Wildcats Saturday night, Coach.
Yeah, the impressive thing about this unit is the team speed is extraordinary. All these guys can run to the football. They play with physicality and pad level. It's an exciting group to watch, and they're going to continue to grow as our season progresses. This is a great example of just pursuing to the football, running with great speed. This is kind of a staple for Tech, and they'll throw the perimeter game there, and that's their thing. And off that they'll do some trick stuff, and we just fly to the football, and just a great play defensively as a whole. As you can see us all turn and run. Effort is great, and we're on that line. I mean, you see 93 and 94 and 53 and 99 and 11 and 8 and 24. They're all pursuing to the football. That's the pursuit drill textbook. Just a good football play, and obviously we get them out of bounds and do a great job, and really big time down for us right there. We play football like that at that level, we're going to be a pretty good football team. There's no question about it.
Yeah, you had Darrell Williams and L.J. Liston both in pursuit. Their guys have had big seasons already for you.
No question, and they'll continue to get better and do the things. And like I said, it's a package deal. All these guys are playing well and playing at a level that we really expected and we're excited about. We get into another situation here. It's a big third down. You got to get off the field. You got to make a stop. And they empty the backfield, and their quarterback is going to do this stuff. And we just do a great job of running some twists and then filling the hole and making a great tackle, and it's fourth down, and we get the ball back. And that's the component that really is making you think, gosh, maybe we're starting to do this thing, and there should be, it appears to be moving a little bit from a program perspective. Huge down, huge stop, and guys understand leverage and pad level, and that was a great play for him. Yeah,
we talked last week when Hillsdale had a similar formation. Typically see a pass out of there, but with a team like Michigan Tech and Brandon Cowie, capable of running it, and
no question,
defensive line right there.
Yeah, and you got to understand lane control and all, keeping them in the pocket and what your responsibilities are. Huge play now. We're up in the game. It's getting late now, right? It's getting really late, and late in the third quarter. And just so happy for this kid, Brandon August, and he came into the program last year, and he's just having a heck of a career, and just so proud of him, just so proud of the way he goes about representing this university. And he's a football player. The things he does is indicative of being a football player, and this was a big time pick. And you watch him, you watch him again run to the football, creates the pick, running in the end zone, and look at this young man's athleticism. He's getting in the end zone. I mean, he's getting in the end zone there, and that's a player making a play. and that's critical. You know, when you watch this football game, you know, coaches are coaches, but players need to make plays. They made plays late. There was a couple extraordinary plays they made to win the game. Coaches didn't make any calls. Players made plays. That was a player making a play for us, getting in the end zone. He was getting in the end zone. It was a pretty awesome moment for us.
Yeah, second week in a row that Brandon August comes up with a huge interception. Had that game-saving one against Hillsdale, and then that one right there.
No question. He's having a heck of a career here at Northern Michigan. We're proud to have him, and thank God we got him for another 2 months, right?
Absolutely. Overall, the defensive backs this year for the Wildcats. Your thoughts from that position?
Well, you got Keyshawn Walker, who's now a 3-year starter, very consistent in his approach. Just a heck of a player that continues to grow and get better. Chris Washington at the other corner, also a 3-year starter. Both those guys have been out and played a lot of football in this league now. Excited for them. Both guys contributing, doing a great job for us. Laquan Middleton, who gives us like a 3-man rotation, does a heck of a job as well. And then at safety, of Julian Hornbeck, who's been in the program. He was part of our first recruiting class, and Brandon August. So you got a heck of a group back there that does it right.
Absolutely. We'll take a break and wrap up the Coach O Show when we come back. Back here on the Coach O Show as we head to the final segment tonight. Wildcats returning home to take on the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals Saturday at the Superior Dome. And Coach, just 1 week away and now back at home for the next two, where the Superior Dome has been very friendly to the Wildcats the last few weeks.
Yeah, you know, I think we're starting to create a little bit of a culture at home, and I think that's really important. To finding success as a program, you got to play well at home.
Let's talk about the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals. They come in still in search of their first win on the season, but a team that's just a couple of years removed from being conference champions and still have some pieces in place there.
Yeah, you know, this league is filled top to bottom. If you're not prepared to play, you're going to be beat, period. And they're going to come, be physical, and they're going to run downhill and do the things that they've done. In the 3 years we've gone against them, I think we beat them the first year, and they beat us the last 2. And we're going to have our hands full. We're going to have to execute and do the things that we do successfully to win.
Talk a bit about the Cardinals. What have you seen from them on film this year?
You know, I think you know, they do what they do. I mean, they're going to pressure the quarterback, be physical on defense. I think they're pretty good up front. I think from an offensive perspective, the quarterback likes to run around a little bit, and he's elusive. And you know, they're a good football team. You know, a couple bounces go the other way, and then we've got a 4-0 team here, so we need to be ready to play.
Absolutely. And when you look ahead, how about defensively? You talked a little about going to get some pressure on you guys from Saginaw Valley.
Yeah, no question. I think they want to do some things, especially when you get into second long, third long, and you know, they're a good defense, have been a good defense for years, and they've got some guys that have been part of that team and are a couple years removed from being conference champs. They know how to win games.
And for you guys, for the Wildcats, you have to put the Tech game behind you and get focused for SVSU?
Yeah, well, I tell you, here's the key, and we talked about it a little before. Last week I wore my sweats, came ready for practice. I'm not wearing those sweats, right? So I found my jeans. I wore these guys for Hillsdale, and I wore them for Quincy, so we should be okay.
Found the lucky jeans.
Yeah,
all right, Coach,
absolutely.
We appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Coach O Show. Join us next week right here on the Coach O Show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by